Hey, what's up everyone? Shane here with ROA Off-Road or RVs of America. Today I'm going to do a video that I've never done before. I think it's going to be kind of unique, and it's about, the truth about MDC, or like what their owners actually say about them. So let's get into this. Okay, so I got on the MDC owners group a while ago when we first signed up with them. And whenever you're dealing with a new product or a new manufacturer, they're not new, like new to us is what I mean. We started getting in talks with them last year, finally did a deal with them in the end of last year, and we've now been together for almost 8 months in August. We've worked with lots of different manufacturers over the years. And it's really easy to figure out whether they're a good manufacturer by going and asking the owners, right? So you wonder, how do you talk to the owners? Facebook. This is an incredible place to go. There are Facebook groups for almost every single manufacturer out there. And trust me, people that don't like their trailers, they get on Facebook and they are pretty open about it. I mean, if you go on to any of the groups, you know, the off-road trailer companies, whether it's the Pause by Palomino, or whether it's Explore by Imperial Outdoors, or whether it's Black Series, you can go and see what the owners are saying about them. And sometimes it's kind of eye-opening. So I want to go through, I'm on the MDC owners group. Keep in mind, this is the Australia owners group, and there's, you know, a lot of members, over 14,000 members on this group. And I want to read a question that somebody asked and see what the owners are saying about the product. Oh, by the way, check it out. Can you see that water bottle on the ledge? It's probably my water bottle. See the off-roading? There's a Kirkland water bottle right on the ledge. I probably set it down. It's identical to that one. Yeah. I was noticing, I'm like, hey, that's probably my water bottle. I probably left it there. Okay, so this is pretty good. We're going to see what people are saying. Somebody jumps on the Facebook group and says, hey, I'm looking at buying an XT19 HRT. This is an off-road caravan. I'm going to kind of change the language to English, like American English versus Australian English. A caravan, we call it just a camper or trailer, travel trailer. So he's looking at the X19 off-road trailer, and he said, would like to know what everyone's thought was on the van or the RV or the trailer. They call them vans there. They're travel trailers here in the US. So, and the MDC brand. So what do you think about the company? What do you think about the trailer? So he posted this, keep in mind, August 8th. So this was a couple weeks ago he posted this. And let's see what the comments are. So this isn't like a post from years ago. This is pretty up-to-date, current, month to date, right? What people are saying about the MDC products. So first one, Jack. Hey, Mark, I work for MDC Campers. I'm happy to answer your question. Okay, we don't want to know what obviously an MDC employee or team is going to jump on there. And it looks like there's a bunch of conversation going back and forth with him. Okay, so let's skip him. Okay, Michelle says, we have an XT17 and love it. One more Powerball, I think that's their lottery, and we'll be looking for an XT19. Okay, so they already have a unit, they love it, and if they win the lottery, they're gonna buy a second trailer. That's a good sign, right? Let's see, this Robert says, brand. So the brand, there are market leaders, excellent build quality, bought 3 of them. 2 went around Australia, no problem. Sold after 50,000 kilometers, near perfect when sold. Bought, that's incredible. So his next thing, he says, bought a top range RV design mica, and build quality issues are ongoing. Wish I had bought another MDC. Interesting. Still have my personal XTHR12 MDC. What a great van or RV, and so well built. Direct message me if you want more info. Holy moly. So this guy has bought 3 MDCs. It sounds like he got rid of one, or got rid of 2, have sold 2 of them, and decided to go with a different manufacturer, and he said it was a mistake. He says he's had issues, ongoing issues, wishes he would have bought another MDC, but it sounds like he still currently has. This guy's got some money, clearly. He's bought 3 vans, still owns one, bought a different one, hates it, wishes he would have bought an MDC. So pretty cool. So far so good. Let's see what David says. He says, we have owned an MDC trailer which was faultless, and we now have an XT. Oh, he said they owned a camper trailer. So that's a tent trailer in the US. So he's owned a camper trailer. It was faultless. And we now own an XT16HR. This is a Mark III, which seems amazing. We'll be testing the next week on our first trip. We did consider an XT19, but it was too heavy. We need something lighter. So the brand is amazing. Our dealer experience was amazing. It's just down to you to work out which RV or van size works for you. So he's just pretty much saying the manufacturer is amazing. It's not a matter of if you should buy one, it's a matter of which one should you buy. Super cool. So they're on their second camper, which is pretty incredible. Okay, so Daniel Easton says, here is an interview I did almost a year after buying my XT19, the first ever made. Jump on and watch it for more information. So I did actually jump on and watch this the other night, and he was just raving about it. Nothing but good stuff. So it wasn't like a negative review. So there's another positive one. Here's Vicky. She says, we have an XT17 and can't fault it at all. Tows beautifully and very well made. Interesting. I mean, it's unbelievable I'm waiting for a negative comment. Let's keep on reading on. Let's see if somebody hates their trailers and thinks they suck. So Kyle says, we bought one in June. We absolutely love it. Okay. Just bought ours last week, says another person. Yet to adventure, but we are in love. I have an XT17 for 6 years now. It is a bit on the heavyweight. He says, I worn out 2 sets of suspension bushings and bump stops. MDC is a bit miss and hit on parts. Never taken it back for warranty. Nothing I couldn't replace myself. Overall, it's an okay RV for 2 people. Okay, we found it. Glenn, he wasn't raving about it. He gave a little bit of negative critique, a little bit hit and miss on parts. But he did say he's never taken it back for warranty, but he didn't say there's never been anything wrong with it. He actually said this. He's replaced some bushings and bump stops. Now, keep in mind, he's owned it for 6 years. If it was a piece of trash, it sounds like he probably would have sold it, and he probably would be saying a lot of bad things about it. So, Glenn, I'm going to take your review as a critique, but also it sounds like he's somewhat of a happy owner, and if he's worn out bushings and bump stops, it means he's probably using it pretty hard, which is cool. So, okay, let's go to Michelle. She says, XT14E owner here for 3 years and thrilled with the quality. I'm starting to look at a bigger van or RV and definitely looking at MDC again. So this is a second buyer. That's crazy. Okay, so here's the next one. Ron, Julia, must be a shared account, husband, wife. We proudly are on our 3rd MDC product, updating each time. Why MDC? Because 13 years ago, dressed in jeans and a t-shirt and looking, Tom was the only salesperson at I'm not going to pronounce these names, it's at a show, to give us any time. Years of hassle-free camping trips. So they've had 13 years. Wow. Years of hassle-free camping trips. That's pretty incredible, because generally camping trips always have hassle in them when you own an RV, because RVs break a lot. When the XT range came out, we visited the Campfield outlet where Mark Carr spent hours with us. We were never going elsewhere. Link Clifford helped us with our minor issues. Steve Zammit gave us free advice, and Vaughn took the time to meet with us. Vaughn is the owner and founder. Try getting that support, knowledge, advice, and friendship elsewhere. So 13 years and 3 products later, that's pretty incredible. I mean, that's almost since the founding of the business. I mean, they've been in business, they're going on 20 years, so not quite. But they really started building caravans and campers around 17 years ago. So this is not like This is within 5 years of really them in the swing of building campers. And this person seems happy with their product from over a decade ago. And they're still buying campers and still active as of a week ago on the Facebook community page. That's pretty powerful. So Kay says, we currently have an XT17 and can't wait to upgrade it to a 19. I highly rate the MDC brand. Not sure where you're located, but the best sales consultant for MDC is Wayne. Let's see. Oh, there's a bunch of comments. It looks like Wayne jumps on and starts talking to him. So let's move past Wayne comments and see what else we got down here. Okay, here we go. Let's keep on going. Next comment. We have an XT19 and we love it. Haven't been out with it too much yet. Towed well on our D-Max. That's probably a vehicle they have there. Love all the features, especially the outdoor kitchen. It is much better than other caravan brands or camper brands. Can't wait to go again. Lisa says, I bought a MK3 16-footer earlier this year. Absolutely love it. The quality of the build is exceptional. Dennis says, I have an MDC HRT 19. We sold our HRT 17. So they had this was their two vans. They've owned two vans. It was a great I'm calling them vans. They've had two RVs. It was a great RV. The 19 has everything for off-grid living, plenty of power. The only thing I wish it had was a larger water tank and a dual spare rear bar. Other than that, it's a fantastic van or camper. Pretty powerful there. He did say something negative. He wants more water. What's so powerful about these is these people have nothing to gain by giving their reviews. They could be negative, they could be positive. These are owners. These are legitimate owners. Okay, Wendy says, we like these two when we were at the show, but my husband is worried they're too heavy. So maybe they're talking about the 19. The 19 is a bigger trailer. We don't actually have access to it in the US, but keep in mind in Australia, they don't have large vehicles. They don't have like American trucks. Well, they do now. So they're starting to get some, but we can tow anything in America because of our trucks. So a lot of times these people are towing with like Toyota Land Cruisers, and they don't really have the tow capacity that we do in a Ram or Ford or a Chevy. People are worried about the 19, which is a tandem axle. It's a couples trailer. Like I said, it's not in the US, it's only in Australia. So that's, I think, what they're referring to. Okay, D says, we have this van. So I'm thinking they're referring to the 19, the camper, and absolutely love it. We chose it for the storage space, the north-south bed. When not in use, it takes up less space to stir, but is spacious with the way the bed pops out. Oh, this is actually the 17 HRT, which is actually, it is a couples one, and we do actually have access to this. We're going to be doing a video on it pretty soon. And it's actually like, it's a tandem axle for a couple, kitchen inside, bathroom inside, nice big booth. But the bed in the back opens up to a king-size bed, which is cool. We chose not to have the washing machine. That's not available in the U.S. Instead, the gray water tank is another fresh, strong RV, strong vans, tows really well behind the vehicle. And then John says, since we owned ours, we have not had one issue. And that's the last comment. I think that's a great comment to end on. Have not had one issue. That is absurd. Can I tell you, I tell people all the time when they're picking up trailers, they say, what's something that I should expect? What's something that what should I be aware of? And I said, expect something to break every time you go camping. And if you have that expectation, when something breaks, you're not going to be upset about it. And I said, it's okay. It's because trailers are, houses on wheels that are getting rattled. They're earthquakes, and things just rattle apart and break, and you just got to fix it up and just have fun. Don't get all upset, because a lot of people get upset every time something breaks. And I say, if you go out with the expectation, and I say, if you don't break one thing, it wasn't a successful trip. I'm an optimist, so I'm always trying to be positive and put a positive spin on things. I can tell you, we have now multiple vans, RVs, travel trailers that we have with MDC that we got at the beginning of the year, our very first show models. And we have taken them out multiple times through Moab. We've taken them up through salt flats. We've taken them off-roading in the mountains over boulders, and there's 3 that we've taken on all 3 of those trips, and I'm not aware of a single problem that we've had. And these are thousands of miles over trails in Moab. So like, I can say that I've taken out the 17 family and I have not had one issue. I take it back. One thing broke. I broke it though. So I don't count that because I put a different mattress in to sleep on when I went on these trips. And when I was shoving it in, I hit the reading light and I broke the reading light. But that's 100% my fault. It wasn't like a factory. I also did dent the water tank because I was drifting it in the mud field and I almost tipped the trailer over. Dented. I was almost certain the whole axle busted or something. We got out. It wasn't busted. The water tank was dented, but it has body armor, so it didn't do anything. Water tank worked. Went on camping with no issues, and I've been on multiple trips since then with no issues. So it's unbelievable. I'm really, really excited about this product. I'm really excited about working with MDC. When we first were talking with them, we're like, oh, is this just another import? Like, you know, I almost feel like I don't want to insult MDC by even comparing them with some of the manufacturers that we've worked with in the past, because the reality is they're very small manufacturers. You know, Black Series, I said recently that they barely sold 1,000. I rechecked myself, and I think they're closer to 1,500 to 2,000. That's over almost 7 years of being in the U.S. And the OBIs, you know, those ones, the quality's pretty good on those. But you know, it's not at the same level. We have issues on all of them, right? We have to fix them. Some of them you can't even tow right out of the gate because they sway so bad. And they've only been around for like 3 years and built maybe 500 to 1,000, right? It's not a lot. MDC has built over 40,000 trailers sold and delivered in the Australian market, which means that in the off-road world, they are probably the largest overlanding brand in the world. Not probably, they are the largest overlanding brand in the world. Nobody has produced that many trailers, not just in Australia or America, anywhere. Going on 20 years of business, producing the most trailers, they clearly have dialed something in. They really have dialed in their quality, their QC. I mean, there's no better way to end this video than with John's statement. Since we've owned ours, we have not had one issue. I don't want to set that expectation because we have had some trailers and they have had some issues, but I can tell you right now, less issues than any manufacturer we've ever worked with. It's really, really exciting. I'm thrilled about this product, and I went into this very leery, very reserved. And the more I've got to know Vaughn, the founder, he's now been out here to the US December, March. He's been out here 4 times. We've gone camping in the trailers, and he's coming out again, and he's going to be coming out to a camp out, a rally with us to visit the owners. He wants to get to know the owners in the US. He wants to be involved in what's going on here, and it's really, really cool. And the more and more I've met with him and talked with him, I've realized, wow, you guys really are the real deal. And in Australia, they are now the 2nd largest trailer brand out there. Jayco is the number 1 brand selling the most trailers in Australia, and MDC is the number 2, right? So they're not just some small little mom and pop shop that's coming in, doesn't know what they're doing, has no experience. They're a big company that sells a lot of trailers. So they're bringing a lot of experience into the market, into the US, and I'm really excited about it. So that's all I have to say. So if you want to get to know this company a little bit better, more importantly, if you want to get to know the founder, the owner, and what he's about, we actually did a video recently. It came out last Sunday. It's a long one, but it's superb. Vaughn walked around and we talked a lot about the evolution of the company over, you know, the 20 years of since he was in business, and how they overcame issues, right? And how they made the product better and better. Listen, like, no product comes out perfect, and people need to understand that. Like, Tesla is like a perfect example, and even Elon Musk says his product sometimes is garbage, like in the beginning days, right? There were so many issues, and I'm sure Ford, 30 years, they've been around for a long time, right? Slowly perfecting the product and making it better and better over time. No manufacturer, no company, no brand, no business is exempt from making mistakes and screwing up from time to time. We've made lots of mistakes. We've carried brands that we thought were going to be good that didn't end up being good. and we dropped them, right? So that's the difference between a good company and a bad company. Well, a bad company will just keep on selling their product even if it's bad, and just not care, right? Because that's it's a short-term way of thinking. But if you have truly a vision of having a company that's going to be generational and last a long time, then you're going to make different decisions. You're going to make decisions that are long-term decisions. You're going to create relationships with your partners. You're going to create relationships with your customers, and you're going to create good products, and the products will eventually sell themselves. I mean, these people are sold in the brand of MDC. They're sold in their trailers. And it's really, really powerful for somebody to jump onto a Facebook group and say, I'm looking at buying one of these, and get dozens of comments of people saying they love their trailer. And also they have multiple. It's not a one-off thing. They're on their third trailer, some of them. And then we made the decision to go to a different brand, and we regret it. Like, that is so cool. Anyway, go check out that video that I did with Vaughn if you want to get to know him. That's a really, really cool video, and just you kind of see the evolution and the quality that they've worked so hard to create. And fortunately, they're now in the US, and we have access to them, and we can buy them. And reach out to us if you have any questions about any specific campers models. Go to our website, www.rvsofamerica.com, and hopefully we'll see you in the future on an adventure or at one of our rallies and campouts. So thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.